طيب, good evening. Thank you for joining. I think we can have any general questions till more people are joining. We'll start in 2 minutes, inshallah. So any general question, and then we'll start with a few announcements, and then we'll go to the lecture. Yeah.
دكتور حضرتك قلت إن ال 2D arrays هيدخلوا في الامتحان صح؟
يا نور.
اوكي.
بس dynamic arrays مش داخلين ولا داخلين؟
لا, no pointers, no dynamic arrays, no classes.
Okay.
يعني basically chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 7, and no numbering system.
دكتور والسكند ميت مش الميك اب.
مش سامع يا أحمد.
بقول السكند ميد تيرم هو هيبقى امتى؟
هيبقى آخر 11 أول 12. Okay. طيب, let's begin with a few announcements. Inshallah, we will have the midterm. Type I was saying, inshallah, we will have the makeup on Friday. I'm flexible on the timing, whether at the morning or at the afternoon. It will be an online exam, and it will cover chapter 1 till chapter 7, as I said, without the numbering system, and without chapter 6 as well. I have sent you to meet me if you want face-to-face on Tuesday, anytime from 2 to 5. Any time from 2 to 5, and I think some people sent me some people already sent me their IDs, so still there's a chance to do so. I will send the IDs to the administrator of the department tomorrow in order to allow you to enter at this time period. What we'll cover in this face-to-face thing, what I will cover, some of you, they don't know very much how to trace a given code. Yeah. So I'll explain tracing for in general how to do tracing, and I will explain general ideas how to do coding, and I will solve some questions with you. Yeah. So this is basically what I'm intending to cover. As well, one of the TAs, Mariam, will be with me. So if anyone has any difficulty for the assignment, then he or she is welcome to ask her to help him. And she might also solve some questions with me as well. But the major issue that based on what I have seen, uh, based on what I have seen in the so some people know you are sending me on the WhatsApp. Please send me anyone that is interested. Send me on my email, not on my WhatsApp, please. So please, Yanur, send me an email with your name and your ID as well. Okay. Uh, so even in my by the way, it's an optional thing. I am not obliging you to attend or not to attend. Of course, we will reserve a class, and safety measures will be taken as well. So don't worry about the health situation. You will be sitting apart from each other. Yeah. I think even if you are in a high grade, like some of you actually got extremely high grades actually, uh, and actually this is a problem for others. Yeah. يعني the issue is that uh, 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 that I have many students that they got over 100, and few students that are between 180 or fewer, and also some students are in the low range. So even if you are in the high range uh, and you have time, I really advocate you to attend. Uh, why? Because I will teach you methodology, yani how to do tracing, how to think of coding, and this is really needed for the project as well and for the assignments. Yeah. So if you have time, it's always advisable that you attend. Yeah. Uh, in general, it's you need to build a base. يعني you need to know how to write programs, how to trace beyond doing good or bad in exam. So I advise you, if you have time, to make it in a way or another. Uh, so this is about Tuesday from 2 to 5. You don't have to come 2 and you don't have to leave 5. You just come whenever you want and leave whenever you want. It's not a lecture, it's at your convenience. Yani. This is something that I made for all of you. Yesterday I made a project review session, and I posted today on my YouTube channel. I really advise who didn't attend to see the lecture and to attend as well. So start from your project. What I did in the previous semester, and I guess I might be doing also this semester, that I raised the percentage on the project, yeah, and the assignments as well, on the expense of exams. And actually, my students did some of them, but big some of them did very, very, very good at the project level. And actually, they scored so high in the project. So one of my students, actually, she was in the C range, and apparently because she did very well, she was in the B+ range. So I mean, and it happened with some students, because there are bonuses and there are things that can raise your stuff significantly. Once again, in this class, so far, some people are they got very significant grades. They didn't do a single mistake in the exam, and actually 2 or 3, I am not sure. And quite some, they scored over 100. So, and they will still go for the makeup as well. So that's why. So I really advise you to take special treatment for the project, because it can completely change your grade from very bad to very good. I know what I am saying. I'm not just saying words to just motivate you, let's go and work in the project now and stuff like this. I really mean what I say. So and there are people that they did very good in the project, and they got A's, while all the semester they were in the range of B. So it significantly raise your grade. So that's it from my side. If you have further questions, I am really willing to answer.
Doctor, when will the grades be posted on Blackboard?
Yeah, I had a difficulty in the Blackboard today, but apparently I solved before the class. So I don't think I have some. My health is okay to post them today. I will finish late a little bit, so I will finish inshallah in the morning or in the midday, inshallah. You don't have to worry, Farah. Unless I WhatsApped you and telling you that you have to take care of yourself, then you don't have to worry. So once again, the grades are, in my opinion, there is no normal curve. There isn't so few people at there aren't so few people with high grades, and lots of people in the mid-range, and so little people in the. No, it's not like this. It's lots of quite a lot in the high range, and quite few in the low range, but the gap is a little bit high.
دكتور
Yes, no.
حضرتك did you text كل الناس ولا في ناس لسه؟
No, I text كل الناس. No.
Okay, thank you.
Anyways, because you're worried, so I will send you your grade in the. Did I text you? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if everyone gets, but anyways, if I didn't text you, this means that you're in a good side, yeah, inshallah.
Thank you.
Doctor?
But once again, this doesn't mean that you don't come to the face-to-face. It's optional. I am dealing with you as my younger brothers or my friends. So it's always advisable to attend the face-to-face, even if you got 120 out of 100. If you have time, of course. Yeah. Muhammad,
Yes. If I can still access the campus, do I still need to send you an email?
No, you don't. You don't, but just in case, send me, Yani. Just in
Yeah,
case.
but I'm on the on-campus dorms anyways, so I'm always on campus.
Okay.
So do I need to send an email? So you send me the classroom, or will you send it on the WhatsApp
you
group?
don't. I think people who don't have access, they don't come to university, their life is all online, they do have to send me an email.
Okay, then I don't send an email.
Fine, yeah.
Okay, thank you, doctor.
Doctor, can you make the session on Tuesday a bit earlier at 1 or 12?
I can at 1, yes, Yamana.
Because I have a class at 3:30 and I want to attend.
Yes. And by the way, yani, you don't have to attend from 2 to 5, but I can for you, Yamana, to make it at 1. Yani. There's no problem in that.
Thank you, Doc.
And you can leave whenever you want. Yani. It's not obligation that you stay from 2 to 5. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
What else? Okay. Let's start. So today we'll talk about files and I/O. I stands for input, and O stands for stream. So input and output stream. What is this chapter? This chapter is chapter 6.
Doctor, you're not sharing the screen.
I am not sharing the screen, and I am not sharing myself as well.
Okay.
كده اوكي؟
تمام يا دكتور.
Okay, thank you. And I'll share myself. By the way, for the makeup, I'll make it obligatory for everyone. So even people that made scored 120 out of 100, they still have to come to the makeup, yeah. And I'll punish them if they didn't come. Why? Because I need you to train. So you might study good or bad, that's not my issue, but I need you to train things, yani, on things. Anyways, so today we're having chapter 6 in Savage book. This is about files, input and output streams, and this is chapter 6 in Savage book. How many lectures are remaining to finish the course? In my opinion, 3 more lectures, 3 to 4 more lectures, and we're خلاص. We'll finish the semester. And then what we will do, we will do mini review sessions. we will do solving questions together, and we will do mock exams, and you will concentrate more on the project side. So that's one aspect. Another aspect, I will send you for some pieces of code that will help you in your project as well. For people that didn't attend yesterday, actually, files are important topic for the project, because you got to save some stuff, whether you are into a cinema project or a supermarket project, you still have to save things on a file. So today's lecture is very important for the project, and I think it's less important for the course in general, but it's quite very important for the project. Okay, so let's start. As I said, we are in chapter 6 in Savage book. As usual, I need some volunteers with me, and please don't shy, whether you answered or you didn't answer, that's okay for me. You will get a bonus anyways. Okay. So what are files? So what we said earlier, that variables, they are saved in memory. Variables, they are saved in memory. And the moment you switch off the computer, the moment that those variables are vanished, خلاص. Files, they allow you to store data permanently. They allow you to store data and to store data permanently. Okay, so what's a file basically? If you open your Explorer, so you will find a lot of files that exist in. So a file, it can be a text file, and it is contain data that is readable, or it is what's so called a binary file that contains data that are not so readable. What we will be dealing today is that we will take data that is readable. Okay, so reading from files means taking input from a file, So reading from file means that you take an input from a file, while writing to a file means sending data in a file. So what does this mean? It means that if you open the notepad and then you write a file, then you save this file. The moment you save this file means you are creating a file. And this file, you can read from it. Okay? So I/O refers to reading from a keyboard or reading from a file. Okay? So input and output from a keyboard, from a file, are delivered from what's so-called stream object. What's a stream? This is a data flow from the file to the user, or from the user to the file. We will take an example. Okay, so input and output streams, data flows into a program, either or out of the program, either from a file or from a keyboard. Okay, so what do I need you to know at this moment? I need you to know at this moment that files are stored permanently. So when you switch off the computer, files are still there. Okay. Then you can read from files and you can write from file. The process of reading from file and writing to files, this is called streaming. Streaming, like for example, when you have when you play YouTube, for example, this is called data streaming or video streaming. If you have a smart TV, and then you have what's called an IPTV. So what's IPTV? This is a browser, a normal browser. However, it does streaming from the internet to TV. Okay, so this is the concept of streaming. The streaming means the data flow from something to something else. The data flow from something to something else. So this is called streaming. Once again, if you watch on IPTV, if you watch Ben Sport, if you watch whatsoever, you are watching via the internet. You are not watching via the dish, via the satellite. This is called data streaming. Okay, so input stream and output stream. Okay, an output stream means writing to a file. Input means reading from the file. And this process of reading and this process of writing means streaming. Okay. Let me have some volunteers with me. I don't know why the chat window is not. Okay. So I'll take from down to up. So I'll take Farah Muhammad.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, yeah. Just 1 second. Okay يا فرح. So Farh, my friend. So Farh, first, what do I have to say? I have to say that in order to deal with files, like reading from files and writing from files, you have to include a library. You have to include a library called fstream. You have to include a library called fstream. And as the name indicates, it is named file stream. So as in the name indicates, it indicates dealing with files. And you have also to use the standard namespace like cin and cout. So you have to say using namespace standard, using namespace standard. Okay. Okay, so let's return back to Farh. Farh,
هو ال FStream دي للفايلز بس يعني؟ دي library files؟
دي library للفايلز. دي library.
تمام.
So Farh, if you look at this, what's this, and what's that, and what's this, and what's that?
Functions.
No, not functions, ya Farh. So there's no functions in this program.
I didn't see int main, I'm sorry.
Okay. So
Classes and objects.
great, ya Farh. Great. Okay. By the way, you have to take special care with classes and objects for everyone. You have to study this lecture by heart because this is the core of your project. And there will be an assignment, inshallah, by tomorrow or after on classes because it's very important for us. So, where is the class and where is the object, Yafar?
The class is fstream and offstream.
Yes.
The object is instream and outstream.
Great, Yafar. Great. So, as Farh indicates, this is an object and it can be named anything. And this is another object and it belongs to class which is called fstream. Fstream means input file stream, means reading from file. Input file stream means reading from file. Offstream means output file stream, means output something to a file. Okay. Then let's see together. In stream, this is the object. Dot. What's this, Farh? Open.
This is what's going to be included in the instream.
Yes, that's fine. But what is the name of this? It's a function.
Yes.
Okay. And this function that is called open belong to an object that is called instream to a class of what, Yafar?
Fstream.
Great. ممتاز. So this is a function that is called open, and this is the name of the object dot. So in underscore stream dot open, this is the name of the file, and by the way, you can name it C, يعني the full directory. C my files, downloads, whatever, etc., etc. Okay, so in stream.open, in file, this is the name of the file that you want to open, and outstream.open means this is the output file that you will write your output to. So what is this basically? This is basically that you will read from a file called infile.dat, and you will write to a file called outfile.dat. Okay, so this is basically okay, and then those are three variables of type int. And then what does this remind us with the file? Look at this. Look at this. This is similar to what?
To see in and see out.
Great, ya Farah. You will deserve 2 points.
Thank you.
So you will read first and second and third. So basically you will read from the file called infile.dat, and you will basically read the first element in the file, the second element, and the third element. And this is very similar to CN, but CN reads from keyboard, and cout writes to the screen. Here we have an object that is called Abdurrahman is asking, can in-stream and out-stream to the same file? Yes, you can do this, but it's not in the scope of this of this course in general. But in 110 inshallah you will learn how to in-stream and out-stream to the same file. So you will read 1, 2, 3, and you will output. And so Abdurrahman Osama, doctor, what's the difference between these and CN and Cout? There's a significant difference, Abdurrahman. CN and Cout, CN reads from the keyboard and Cout outputs to a display. Okay. However, those things which are stream objects, they read from file, and they output to another file. So this is a file that has some data. This is a file that has some data. And this is another file that you will write into it. So, continuing with Farah. Now, Farah, in stream, you are reading 3 variables from a file, and you are reading from in-stream, which is of class fstream, and fstream is related to a file that is called infile.dat. الكلام ده معناته ايه بالعربي؟ معناته بالعربي ان انا عندي فايل تكست فايل، خلاص؟ تكست فايل ده اسمه infile.dat، قريت منه 3 variables. قريتهم ازاي؟ من خلال library اسمها fstream. اللايبراري دي لازم تعمل فيها object اسمه اي حاجه في الدنيا belong لكلاس اسمه fstream، وبعد كده تفتح الفايل ازاي؟ تفتحه بفانكشن اسمها open. فبالتالي you open a file and you write whatsoever to another file.
هو انا مش فاهم، بس التيبل اللي تحت ده بيكون في الكود برضو مع الكومبايلر ولا ايه؟
لا.
اللي تحت ده
ده مش تيبل يا محمد، ده assuming انك انت عندك فايل كده بص يا محمد، assuming انك انت عندك فايل كده، this file هسميه infile.dat. تمام.
تمام.
انا عايز افتحه واقرا منه الداتا اللي موجوده. الفايل ده موجود على فين؟ على الهارد ديسك. خلاص، هفتح الفايل ده من الهارد ديسك واقرا منه 3 variables اللي هم first وsecond وthird، وبعد كده اكتب في فايل تاني اسمه outstream. يعني بشكل او باخر من خلال البروجرام انا بفتح فايل اسمه infile.dat، بقرا منه 3 variables وبكتب حاجة تانية في فايل تاني اسمه outfile.dat. اوكي، this is basically يعني انا قبل كده كنت بقرا من الكيبورد وبكتب على الشاشة، دلوقتي انا بقرا من فايل وبكتب في فايل تاني. is it okay؟
تمام.
Okay. Okay. Let's continue with Farah. So Farah, outstream, this is similar to what, ya Farah?
See out.
To see out. So I write to a file through what's so called stream object, and then I write what the sum of the first 3 numbers in file.dat is, and then I sum first plus second plus third. What are the values for the variables first and second and third, ya Farah? Farah, you're disconnected. It seems that Farah herself is
I think she disconnected.
Yes, yes, yes. So Abdurrahman Haytham, why the object is used again as CN as Cout? No, I'm not saying as CN as Cout. CN and Cout, those are reading from the keyboard and writing to a screen, CN and Cout. However, the objects that belong to file streams, they are reading files and reading a file and writing to another file. So Farah is back. Okay. So I basically what I
You know,
will
I said disconnected.
yeah, okay, Farah. What I will write, this is outstream. What I will write this I will write whatever between quotes to a file as is, and then I will write a summation of the first variable plus the second variable plus the third variable. So far, what were the values for first and second and third? We read what from a file, ya Farah?
Doctor, I disconnected, so I don't know what you said
Okay.
at that
So
time.
here, let's look at this part together, ya Farah. What did I read from the file that is called infile.dat? So
First,
this is the file
second, and
that
third.
is called infile.dat, and then I read from it a variable, and I named it first, another variable, and I named it second, another variable, and I named it third. And first and second and third, they are 3 integers. So basically, I opened a file, and then I add 3 elements, 3 variables from a file, or 3 elements from a file. I stored them into 3 integers, first, second, third, and then like see out exactly. Very similar. I write to a file. What did I write?
The sum of the first numbers and
So this is what I will write to a file.
Okay.
Okay. I write the sum of the first 3 numbers as is. Okay, as is. يعني اللي موجود ما بين double quotation I write as is to a file. Then I write the summation of the 3 integers, first plus second
دكتور انا
plus
اصلا مش عندي values للفيرست والسكند والثيرد.
لا معلش raise your voice يا محمد.
بقول انا اصلا مش عندي values للفيرست والسكند والثيرد.
مين قال ان انا ما عنديش values؟ طيب let me repeat.
يعني لازم يعني هو هيجيب النمبرز منين؟ انا بعمل لها ايه؟ بعمل لها سي ان
من الفايل.
يعني هو الفايل بيكون هو بيجيب الارقام من جوه الفايل.
من جوه الفايل.
زي الجت
يعني
زي
بص على
الجت.
الفايل ده، بص على الفايل ده. اعتبر انه ده عندك فايل على الهارد ديسك. في ايه يا محمد؟
في ال 1 و 2 و 3 و 4.
1 و 2 و 3 و 4. انا عندي هنا اقرا معايا in stream first و second و third. in stream ده object. الاوبجكت ده انا فتحت فيه فايل اسمه infile.dat. لما انا اعمل in stream first و second و third ابقى بقرا منين؟
من infile.dat.
من الفايل. هقرا اول element اللي هو 1 وهحطه في first، تاني element اللي هو 2 وهحطه في second، تالت element اللي هو third واحطه في third. طيب افرض ان انا عندي variable رابع، ممكن اقرا هنا واحط variable رابع اسمه fourth وهكذا. طيب then I will write to a file the result of the summation of the first plus the second variable plus the third variable. So their summation is how much يا محمد؟
هتبقى الأول 3 بس تبقى 6.
أول 3 بالظبط.
تبقى 6.
6 exactly. Then very similar to CN and C out. Very similar to CN and C out. So CN I get from the user. I use an object called nstream. Then I get from a file. I read from a file and then I output to another file.
هو close ده اللي هو اسم الفايل يعني صح؟
Yes, close means خلاص I finished with reading. Close, what does this mean? I am closing a file and I should close a file. Why I should close a file after reading? Because if I didn't close a file, there might be some problems with the files and they will be corrupted on the hard disk. Okay? طيب يعني you reminded me to explain this part. So this part basically is the definition of the object that belong to class fstream. Another
جايز هو اللجنة عندي ولا
من كله
that belongs to a class outstream. Then then file.dat I output. نعم
الصوت كان بيقطع.
طب دلوقتي كويس
تمام دلوقتي
كده تمام اوكي. So basically you define the objects that belong to classes input file and output file. You open the file that you want to read from. You and then you read from the file and you write from the file, and then you close the two files after reading and writing. So in stream, this is the name of object that belong to a class called input stream, and then dot close, this is a function that exists in a class called input stream that exists in a library called file stream. So I am closing a file after reading, and then out file, this is an object that belongs to class that is called off stream that belong to a library that is called fstream. So out stream.close means I am closing the file after reading from it. We will have several examples يعني, so don't be worried alone.
دكتور
Yes.
معلش عندي سؤال. هو لازم ارتبهم في الفايل يعني؟ ما ينفعش مثلا علشان الفيرست ياخد 1 والسكند ياخد 2 والثيرد ياخد 3 لازم ابقى مرتبهم زي ما انا عايزهم في الفايل صح كده؟
ايوه لازم تبقى مرتبهم. يعني الطريقه اللي تقرا بيها هي نفس ترتيبهم جوه الفايل. يعني انت بتقرا يا فادي سيكوينشال، يعني حاجه ورا حاجه، كانك بتاخد انبوت من اليوزر من الكيبورد، كانك بتاخد انبوت من اليوزر من الكيبورد. فاهمني؟
تمام يا دكتور شكرا.
فبالتالي انت بتقراهم سيكوينشال وبتعمل رايتنج سيكوينشال زي سي ان وسي اوت، زي سي ان وسي اوت.
دكتور عندي سؤال.
اوكي يا دكتور شكرا.
يا شوية.
هو each variable has to take one line صح؟ You can't only take part of a line.
You can.
طب ازاي؟ اصل انت you didn't specify في اللي هو in stream where you want to position it.
لا يعني انت مبدئيا when you open the file it is positioned at the beginning of the file. It is positioned at the beginning of the file. Assuming that the file has Ahmed my friend. Then to read Ahmed my friend, you have to read Ahmed my friend in an array of what, ya Ahmed?
Of characters?
Yes, great, ya Ahmed. You take a bonus. Okay. So if you want to read, this is my first reading. So if you want to take this, you can read it as a string, or you can read it as an array of character, or you can read it character by character, whatever يعني in whatever way that you want to do with it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So can you give like يعني can you write an example of taking it as an array?
Yes. I will get something like this. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
دكتور بس معلش عندي سؤال في الحته اللي فاتت.
يوسف my makeup friend.
دكتور معلش انا بس كان عندي سؤال في الحته بتاعت الانت ستريم اللي هو انا مش فاهم حاجه دلوقتي. انا المفروض مثلا اكني بفتح فايل وبدخله زي انبوت وبعد كده مثلا هو بقى
الفايل فيه داتا يا يوسف. الفايل فيه كلام. انت بتقرا الكلام ده وتكتبه في فايل تاني. يعني انت في الاول بتفتح الفايل، بعد كده بتقرا من الفايل، بعد كده بتقرا من الفايل وتكتب في فايل تاني، وبعد كده تروح قافل الفايل، قافل الفايلين اللي قريت منه واللي كتبت منه. دول الثلاث حاجات.
تمام.
مرة تانية بفتح الفايل وبفتح الفايل اللي انا هكتب عليه. بقرا من الفايل اللي انا عايز اقرا منه، بكتب في الفايل اللي انا عايز اكتب عليه، وبعد كده بقفل الفايل اللي انا قريت منه، وبقفل الفايل اللي انا كتبت عليه. بسيطة؟
تمام دكتور. الفايل اللي انا قريت منه اللي هو الان، صح؟ الان ستريم
اللي انا قريت منه هو الان ستريم،
واللي انا كتبت عليه الاوت
اللي
ستريم.
بيلونج لكلاس اسمه ايه يا يوسف؟
الكلاس ثانية، لو كله تحت لايبرري اف ستريم، ده اللي انا عارفه يعني.
كله تحت لايبرري اف ستريم، بس الاوبجكت اللي اسمه ان ستريم بيبلونج لكلاس اسمه ايه؟
مش عارف، اف ستريم تقريبا او
اف ستريم بالظبط. واوت ستريم بيبلونج لكلاس اسمه
الاوف ستريم.
اوف ستريم. والاف ستريم ده ماسك فايل اسمه infile.dat، والاوت ستريم ده ماسك فايل اسمه outfile.dat. انت تقدر تقرا اي فايل على الهارد ديسك وتكتب على اسم اي فايل انت عايزه.
تمام شكرا يا دكتور.
اوكي طيب
دكتور ممكن اخد input من اليوزر احطها في فايل؟
ما ده اللي انا عملته. ممكن طبعا. يبقى في الحالة دي هتعملي ايه يا انا؟
cn.
Yes cn and then
هتبقى n stream.
then not f stream, out stream.
out stream.
يعني هنا in this let's concentrate together يا أنا. Okay. This is an in stream, f stream, and this is an out stream. طيب what if you don't want to read from a file? You omit this part. خلاص. Then what should you do? Then you cn whatever. First, second, third. Okay, you cn this. And then what do you do, Yana? You open the file for writing. This is exactly this statement. This is exactly this statement. And then خلاص, you cn from the user, and then you make something like out stream, and then you write whatever you write. You make it like this, out underscore stream, and you write whatever. First, you write second, you write third. You can write as well first times second. أي حاجة أنت عايزها. Okay. So instead of from getting a file, you use cn to get from the keyboard. عادي جدا. And then you write to another file. Okay.
طب دكتور.
Yes.
هو لو اليوزر عمل سي ان هنا الفاليو اللي بيعمل لها سي ان دي بتعمل لها سيف في الفايل ولا هتلوز؟
No. cn means cn يا فادي. cn means what? Get from where?
From user.
From the user. It will mean get from the user.
طب ينفع بقى اعملها سيف في الفايل ولا مش هينفع؟
هتعمل سيف في الفايل. هتعمل سيف في الفايل ازاي يا فادي؟ طيب خلينا نكتبها مرة تانية مع بعض. طيب انت عايز تعمل ايه يا فادي؟
خلي اليوزر يدخل مثلا اي فاليو.
جيد. طيب وبعد كده تكتب الفاليو دي في فايل، صح؟
اعمل لها سيف
في file.
automatic file.
Okay.
تمام.
Then I have to open the file for reading ولا for writing؟
for writing.
جيد.
for reading.
يا حبيبي for
أنا
writing.
مش عارف بصراحة.
دلوقتي
تمام.
انت عايز تكتب في فايل اللي انت خدته من اليوزر صح؟ يبقى I open it for reading ولا I open it for writing؟
لا writing.
Writing. Great. Then what do I have to do? Of stream, name it anything you want. خلاص. Then what do you want to do? To read what from the user?
value.
A variable. integer مثلا. Okay.
تمام.
Okay. Then you have to, this is of stream dot open. This is the name of the file you want to write to. Fady.txt. Okay. So you will write to a file fady.txt. Then you will see cn from the user X, and then you will say out stream X. This is X, similar to see out بالضبط, بس it will write to where يا فادي?
file.
To a file. Then after you finish writing to a file, you make outstream dot close. Is this clear? Look, everyone looks at it. Yeah.
Oh, doctor, when we like write outstream dot open in between brackets, what are we doing here? Like
we are opening a file for writing.
فاحنا كده like the first step was just like we said that
we
in
are
في outstream
creating
اللي belongs.
We are creating a new file and start writing at it, يا مريم.
Oh, okay.
So we are reading.
How can we use CN while not using include IOStream?
No, excuse me. What يا فرح? What are you saying, يا فرح?
I mean, how can we use CN without including IOStream library?
No, you have to include it, of course. I just omitted the include part. Yeah, you have to include two things. You have to include.
What's the difference between CN and InStream? Like, I don't understand.
Okay. So include IOStream. طيب CN reads from where يا فرح?
From the keyboard.
Outstream. It writes to what?
To the file?
Yes, to a file.
Yeah,
See out. It writes. It outputs to what, يا فرح?
It outputs on the screen.
In the screen. And if you use an off-stream object, it outputs to where?
It outputs to the file.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So basically, you can do what? You can read from a file and write to another file. You can read from the user and write to a file. You can read from a file and write to a screen. You can do whatever you want. طيب. Sarah is asking, can I read and write in the same file? Yes, you can read and write in the same file, but not within the scope of this course. Yeah. Okay, so everyone understands. Look again to the code and let me repeat what you want me to repeat. Okay, let's continue. Let's have another volunteer. So Miriam is asking, Doctor, how do we use a file after the end of the program? You open it normally via Word, via Notepad, via Excel, whatever you want, yeah. Okay, let's have
How do we
another.
integrate it to the code? Like,
Miriam, I don't hear you well.
no, I said, how do we integrate it? مثلا, like I finished doing it and I want to use it for another code or something.
So after you finish this code, yeah, Miriam,
Mm-hmm.
after you finish this code, you will have two files. What are the name of the files that you will have after executing this program? You have one file that already exists. What is the name of this file?
Wait, aren't the two files like in file.dat?
In file.dat. Does it exist or not?
Yes.
Yes, because I am reading from it. So I assume it exists. And then, what is the name of the file I am output to?
Outfile.dat?
Yes, outfile.dat. That's great. Then, after executing this piece of code, yeah, Miriam, after executing this piece of code, you will find a file created called outfile.dat, and you can open it. You can open it by another program. You can open it by Word. You can open it by Excel. So whatever you want with it. But you will find a new file created called outfile.dat. Is this clear?
Okay, I thought we were gonna do like something like hash include like اسم الفايل مثلا.
No, I don't understand you, man.
No, I thought like to include it, we were gonna do like the same thing as for the libraries, which is like hash include do اسم الفايل مثلا.
No. This is I'm not sure what you're saying exactly, but this is basically outstream.open, and then you simply supply the name of the file that you want to write into it. So the name will be outfile.dat, and you can put it at the C, my files, Miriam, whatever directory you want to put at. Okay.
دكتور هي الفايلز دي بتبقى already موجودة على الهارد ديسك بتاعتك صح؟ فاحنا we're not creating
أول فايل يا لورا ده موجود على الهارد ديسك بتاعك. تاني فايل ده أنت بتكريته عشان تكتب فيه اللي أنت عايز تكتبه.
يعني تاني لاين ده ده الكرييشن بتاعه اللي هو مش انا اللي بعمل. تمام.
Exactly. Okay, look at things يعني. The rest of the lecture is quite easy يعني. Okay. Let's continue a little bit. Then there's a function. There's a function that exists. So let me have another volunteer with me. Let me have Noor. Noor.
Yes, doctor.
Yes. So when we look at those things, we said that in stream is what and if stream is what. يلا.
دكتور هو أنا كنت طول الكلاس كل شوية إنترنت بيفصل فأنا بصراحة أنا
طيب مش مشكلة يلا. Let's have Miriam. Okay. Miriam, you're there or you're disconnected also?
I'm here.
Yes, okay. So we said in stream, this is a class or this is an object here, Miriam?
An object.
This is an object. Okay. That belongs to class named?
IfStream.
Great. And then this is the name of the object.
Mm-hmm.
This is the name of the object dot a function that is called open. And what does the function that is called open do, Miriam?
We're opening the file, and between like parentheses, we're like naming the file.
Yes, great. And then there's a new function here that exists in the class called fstream that belong to a library called fstream called fail. And fail means that if I am trying to open a file that has a problem, like the file doesn't exist, the file is corrupted, so the application or the program is not able to open the file. So there is a function called in the fail. So if I am failing to open the file for reading, then I see out this output message and then I exit the program. Also, I am trying to open a file here for writing, and if I fail to open a file for writing, then this means that I exit the application as well. So I have a function that is called fail, and the function that is called fail will try to open the file for reading and will try to open the file for writing. If things were okay and the file is not corrupted, then it will open it for reading or for writing. Otherwise, the program will exit. So the program will end. And after this is what we have said in the previous slide. So what do I want to say again? I want to say that that the function that is called fail exists in a class that is called fstream, exists in the library that is called fstream, and it also exists in a class called offstream as well. It does check if the file is okay either for reading or for writing. يعني من الآخر دي الفانكشن دي بتتشيك هل أنا قادر أفتح الفايل ده for reading or for writing. Okay. لو قدرت أفتحه يبقى ساعتها أوكي، ما قدرتش أفتحه then في function اسمها exit1. This exit the execution of our program. This exits the execution of our program.
Doctor, هو كل الfunctions are existing in the library. I don't need to do the functions. They are already existing.
No, they do exist in the library. You
Okay.
need to create an object of this class, and you need to include the related libraries. I am sorry, the function that is called fail is in the library that is called cstdlib. It's
Oh,
not.
so I put this library for this function.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, thank you, Doctor.
Okay, so any function here, you don't have to do it. It exists in the library called fstream. cin and cout exist in the library called iostream. cstdlib exists, fail exists in the library called stdlib. Okay? Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Then my last thing that I want to explain for today. My last thing that I want to explain for today is that you can open the file for appending. Oh, oops! This is the question that Miriam and Ahmed was asking me about. I thought that it's not a part of this course. Now it is a part of this course. So you can basically open a file and append to it. Means you can open a file and append to it. يعني ايه append to it؟ يعني تزود عليه حاجة. يعني الفايل فيه شوية حاجات، انت عايز تزود عليه حاجة، عايز تزود عليه شوية كلام. تمام؟ طيب let's taste together. So Muhammad, are you with me?
Is it me, Doctor?
Yeah, Muhammad.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes. So if out, this is the name of what, Muhammad?
This is the name of the class of the object.
Of the object that belong to class called?
I can see AFstream.
Offstream.
Yeah, offstream.
Okay. That exists in a library called what?
Fstream.
Fstream. Then, if I want to append to a file, so this is a normal function that will open a file, and then I include a comma, and then I include something called iOS, and then input output stream. This is iOS, and then two columns, and then app. This means append. This means append. This means append. So I will open file that is called data.txt. I will open a file that is called data.txt, and I will append to it. I will append to it means I will write to it. I will open a file called data.txt and I will write to it. I will append to it. I will append to it. Okay? Then Muhammad, when we have this function called fail, what does fail do, ya Muhammad?
It checks if the opening of the file fails or not.
Check is if I am opening a file for writing, if it is okay that I can write to it or not.
Yes.
Okay.
If it fails, it cout's input file opening failed.
Yes. And then what does this do, ya Muhammad? If out 5 space 6 pickup sticks 7 8 whatever C++ gate.
Okay, this inserts in this data.txt, it inserts down below the already existing text.
Yes,
those two sentences.
That's great. So if out is an object that belong to a class that is called outstream, that belong to a library that is called fstream, When I say if out, this is very similar to C out, but it writes those things to a file. It writes those things to a file. And I am appending to an already existing file. I repeat, I am appending to an already existing file. I am appending to an already existing file. Then if out dot close, then I am closing a file. So the file was like this. The file was like this: 1, 2, bucket my shoe, 3, 4, shut the door, and then I will write to it, append to it this part. I will append to it in this part. So again, I opened a file for appending. I want to write some text into a file, and then I am closing a file. طيب Muhammad again. What did I write to a screen بقى?
I did not write anything to a screen. I only wrote the data.txt.
No, my friend. You wrote this in a C out.
Yes. Opening
you will write
data.txt.
something to a screen. So you will write C out opening data.txt for appending.
And then when it finishes, end of appending to file.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, I didn't notice it.
Okay. So that's it from my side. I think next time we will be finishing the files, inshallah. We will be finishing the file, inshallah, and we will remain with 3 more lectures, inshallah, for stacks and queues and for recursion as well. So thank you very much for this, and see you Wednesday, inshallah. If you have any question, I still be on the chat. Thank you very much for joining today.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
دكتور
Yes, يا مريم.
hello doctor, how are you?
الحمد لله.
دكتور حضرتك told me إن أنا I got 90 of 100 and I will come face to face in the university. So honestly كده أنا محتاجة serious help ولا لأ؟
لا خالص إطلاقا
يعني أنا عندي specific problem بس.
لا honestly ما عندكيش problem، بس مش فاكر أنا قلت لك ليه to come at face to face، بس في بعض الناس
حضرتك قلت لي can do better
بس في بعض الناس اللي أنا حسيت إن هم يعني they got 90 بس they can do much better. You're one of them يعني you have the ability to do better إن شاء الله in the makeup يعني if things were okay that's why. لكن اللي عندهم يعني serious issues لا يعني they are in the 60s يعني أو below
دكتور هي الجريدز هنشوفها النهارده إن شاء الله صح؟
لا أعتقد بكرة، يعني النهاردة أنا خلصت يا مريم
اوكي دكتور.
كان عندي مشكلة في البلاك بورد فحلتها قبل الليكتشر على طول، بس بكرة إن شاء الله هحط الجريدز على بلاك بورد إن شاء الله.
Take your time دكتور. Thank you.
دكتور معلش عندي سؤال.
أوكي يوسف.
معلش انا الصراحه حوار الدرجات ده يعني خليني نرفز شويه. هو انا عملت وحش قوي يعني؟
لا عارف وحش. هو انا مش قلت لك نمرتك؟
لا
ما قلتها لكش؟
لا
انت ما عملتش وحش قوي يا يوسف يعني. as far as I remember يعني. ثواني.
ما
لا ما تخليش حاجة في الدنيا توترك يا يوسف، إلا
أشوف
التوتر
في ميك اب.
إلا التوتر بتاعك. يوسف 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 هو اللاست نيم ايه؟
يوسف وليد حسن.
لا يا يوسف you got 92.
ده بجد؟
بجد والله. استنى لا
امال
كنت.
ليه انا حاسس امال ليه انا حاسس ان انا كنت متوتر وان انا ما حليتش احسن حاجه عندي وكده.
لا
نفسي
بس
اعرف
انت
بقى. انا عندي
ينفع
مشاكل.
يوسف وليد حسن مش كده؟
انا
لا بس انت ينفع تعمل احسن من كده بكتير يعني.
ما انا حاسس بكده. هو انا نفسي اعرف يا دكتور، انا عندي مشاكل على فكره وحشه في
طيب مش
الريكوردنج.
انت جاي يا عم يوم الثلاث؟
ده انا بص بقى يا دكتور حاجه هتقابل حضرتك.
خلاص
ماشي.
سيبني امشي.
ماشي، كنت عارف خيرك يا دكتور، شكرا.
طيب.
دكتور
يس يا ساره.
هو ينفع حضرتك تحط لنا موديل انسر او حاجه للميد تيرم 1 على بلاك بورد، يعني الكويشنز بالموديل انسر
حبيبتي
بتاعت
ما انا
لل
بعت السولوشنز.
بجد مش اوكي.
ممكن questions كمان عشان نسيتها.
ثانية واحدة بس عشان أنا هقتل سارة دلوقتي. ممكن تبصي على الواتساب هتلاقيني بعت الموديل انسرز يعني.
مش اوكي. شفتش بس.
طيب ماشي اوكي.
طب دكتور
هاي.
برضه حضرتك ما قلتليش انا جبت كام، بس يعني ممكن تبعتها لي برايفت احسن.
لا يا أنا ده أنت هايلة.
لا انا سارة.
طب انا عايزه اعرف انا كمان انا جبت كام.
طب ثواني. سارة you got 85 بس أنت ينفع تعملي أحسن من كده بكتير.
طب دكتور هو انا بقفل الاساينمنتس كلها بالبونس، فانا مش عارفه بقى
هو أنت عندك مشكلة، المشكلة دي هقولها لك بكرة، مش عارف مش هقدر أقولها يعني، مش هقدر أقولها النهاردة يعني أو ممكن تصدقيني يعني إحنا سهرانين مع بعض شكلا. خليني بس أشوفها أنا وبعد كده أنا يا أنا أنت من الأحرار، أنت ما غلطتيش في الامتحان ده، أنت جبتي 120 يا أختي. والله. والله.
واو بجد.
تغاضيت عن بعض الحمقات القليلة بس.
اصلا في الاخر كنت متوتره كنت اكتب اي حاجه. واو.
لا ما أنا تغطيت عن بعض الحمقات يعني.
شكرا يا دكتور. واو.
بس يا سارة أنت لسه معايا؟
في سؤال سبته اصلا في الميد، في سؤال تقريبا مش حلاه، اللي هو كان
نعم.
اخر سؤال. كان في اخر سؤال ما كنتش حلاه تقريبا، صح؟
ثانية واحدة.
في الميد تيرم.
ما هو ده غالبا هو ده السبب يعني مش عارف.
كتبت تقريبا كلمتين وبعدين قمت سايباه ومشيت. ما كنتش عارفه اكمل.
ثانية واحدة أقول لك إيه مشاكلك في الدنيا. هو ما أنا عشان كده أنا قلت لك you have to we have إن إحنا نتكلم عشان ثواني.
بس هو 85 دي
أنا
معناها
عندي نصيحة ليكوا انتوا ثلاثة يعني، لو فرح لسه سامعانا يعني. البروجكت is everything. البروجكت is everything يعني، حقيقي يعني.
دكتور
يعني
انا خايفة
اللي يعمل البروجكت بذمة هيقفل أي حاجة.
هو البروجكت ممكن يكون عليها percentage أعلى من الامتحانات في الآخر لو عملنا فيها أحلى من الامتحان.
بصي، اللي بيعمل بروجكت كويس ده معناه إن هو فاهم، فأنا أحيانا بتغاضى عن حماقاته في الامتحان. بصي، انت بتعرفي تعملي تيسنج بس الارقام تاهت منك شويه، بس يعني ومشكلتك انك انت ما عملتيش اي حاجه. لا اكشولي عملتي اخر سؤال، يعني في شويه حاجات كتير معقوله في اخر سؤال. مشكلتك انك انت في التيسنج ابتديتي صح بس ما كملتيش صح، فاهماني؟
ده في الأول خالص.
يعني أول سؤال أول سؤال سربرايزنجلي عندي غلطات كتير فيه. تاني سؤال بتاع التريسنج انتي قربتي بس ما حسبتيش صح. تالت سؤال تالت سؤال انت يعني من الواضح يا سارة انك ماشية على ميثودولوجي في التريسنج خلاص، يعني بتتريسي بجد، بس الارقام بتلخبط منك فما بتعرفيش توصلي للانسر الصح يعني، فاهماني؟
أنا عندي مشكلة يعني لو تهت في النص في الآخر مش بكمل بقى، يا إما خلاص بقف عند اللي وقفت
طيب
عنده.
انت كده اوضحت المشكلة، لكن ككودينج من الواضح انك انت بتعرفي تكودي كويس يعني. فحتة التريسنج دي ممكن لو انت جاية يوم الثلاث يعني نشتغل مع بعض على الحتة دي، فهتبقي أحسن من كده بكتير. عشان كده you can easily إنك أنت تجيبي حاجة كويسة أوي يعني. you can easily تعملي كده يعني.
بس يعني مش محتاجة serious help يعني.
لا 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 إطلاقا إطلاقا، محتاجة light help يعني.
أوكي.
لا اللي محتاجين serious help قلت لهم أنت محتاجين serious help يعني.
بس يعني حضرتك you recommend لي إن أنا لو عرفت أجي يوم الثلاث أجي صح؟ هيفيدني يعني.
طبعا جدا جدا.
ماشي أوكي I'll try.
أوكي. طيب
دكتور
يا
أنا
جماعة.
عايزة أسأل سؤال في الفايل، آخر سؤال بس معلش.
أوكي.
وأنا ممكن إن أنا هاخد input من اليوزر وينفع أعمل له compare بكل حاجة في الفايل، يعني مثلا عشان ده لو في البروجكت مثلا، وإن إحنا كان في حاجة إنه لو هو مثلا دفع أكتر من 10,000 يبقى هو كده special customer أو حاجة، فإن أنا عايزة
هتعملي كل الحاجات في الميموري عادي كأنك يعني شغالة عادي. بعد كده بعد ما الفاينل انسر دي اللي تكتبيها في الفايل.
أي ما أنا قصدي أكتبها في الفايل وبعد كده مثلا هو هيجي يشتري تاني، فأنا كنت عايزة لا يا ربي ما كانش في البونس ده، بس كان في البونس حاجة تانية، إن أنا مثلا عايزة أعمل تشيك هو كان مشتري من هنا قبل كده ولا لأ، فهتكون مثلا الداتا بتاعته أصلا موجودة في فايل فما أقدرش أعمل تشيك هنا تاني.
ما تقدريش إيه؟ أنا مش
إن
سامع بس.